What we got here is the Winchester SXP Black Shadow, I think is the one it is. It's got the 28-inch barrel, the Invector choke tubes it comes with, 3 of them. I think a modified cylinder, full choke, and I don't remember what the other one is. The choke tubes are different than others apparently, and you can shoot slugs with them in and not blow your barrel apart. You got the side saddle on there with some buckshot, a couple slugs in case I run into a big bear when I'm in shotgun zone. I pretty much just use this for clay shooting and deer hunting in the spots that are closer to town that you can shoot only shotgun and bow in. If I'm not getting any luck with the bow, I'll bring this thing out. The season's getting to an end. I've had it for like 5 years, shot probably 4,000 rounds through the thing. This was the first gun I got, 5 years ago. And I shot so much I filled my dad's garbage can with shells. Anyways, I'm gonna take her apart here. I haven't taken it apart in quite a while. I usually clean all my guns quite frequently, but I'm usually lazy with this one. It's kind of banged up. I don't really care as much about it as my other guns. Got scuffs all over the thing. It's more my just beater gun. For the money, I think it's like $400. It's probably the best one you can get for $400. I've never had a hang up in it. 2 of my buddies have them too. They work good for everything. You can get smaller barrels from them too if you really want. There's some buckshot even from it that I dug out of a deer. That one's split right in half. And there's just a little chunk of shrapnel there. That's actually from this one right here. Anyway. Oh, fuck. Alright. Fuck, I gotta take this thing apart for quite some time. Bear with me here. Alright. You obviously want to make sure there's nothing in it. She's clear, there's no friggin' barrel on it obviously, so wouldn't worry about her too much. Need a punch. Can remember what way to punch the freaking thing out. Alright, here we are. You gotta be careful with these things because I was taken apart. Trying to remember how this thing comes freaking apart here. Alright, probably have to take this off. There we are. Alright, that's pretty much it. This thing, you gotta be careful as fuck about, because if you're not ready and the spring shoots out, the pin comes out, extractor flies out. I did it once in the house. It took me like 2 hours to find the freaking pin in the spring and the carpet. You gotta hold all of it together. It kind of rocks on this thing here, so it's kind of fucking. I haven't done this thing in years. Okay, there we are. Okay, you just gotta push it down. Pretty easy to take apart though. There's your spring, firing pin. It's actually really good for how much I've shot the thing. Okay, so then, I'm not going to do it because it doesn't need to be done. There's a lug right here. You gotta line it up perfectly with that hole. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Anyways, you punch through there, the lug comes out. The spring loaded, remember the freaking spring loaded part, flies out of there Mach 25 1/4. And you won't find it, so aim the thing down at least, or put your hand behind it. And, yeah, it's a pain in the ass to put back apart. You gotta line it up perfectly. You gotta hold the piece in here with like the back of your punch or something. It's all spring loaded. You gotta push that back in without it flinging out. I'm just gonna leave it because it's not that dirty. The barrel's pretty dirty. The chamber's covered in freaking grass seed and crap from hunting in the marshes and all that, and all the paper towels inside. Fuck. All right. One sec, I gotta go get 35. Alright. Got the old Costco special giant ass pack. I like the blue shop towels the best, but this'll do. Alright. I'm not gonna go too crazy cleaning it, but I use frog lube, so there's no oil or any crap, and dirt doesn't stick to it as good, so you can just wipe it right off and all the dirt will come off and leave it clean. It works really good in handguns and tight fitting guns because it turns to a waxy like substance when it's cold, and when your gun heats up it melts and is like oil and lubes the whole thing. It's really good in 1911s and your bolt action and stuff. I haven't had it freeze up yet. I've had my guns in like -10 and stuff. It's not that cold, but whatever. Pretty much just gonna wipe this out. And it works as a cleaner and lube. So as you can see, it's still green even, like it's not even that dirty. Nothing too crazy though, I'm just wiping the thing out. Might get a few Q-tips in there. It's not gunpowder, it's more just pieces of grass and crap from laying down in the fields. Get the firing pin all cleaned up. It's not even that dirty. So it's bent. Alright. So I've had this for like 6 years. I use it on my axe handles and axes and knives as well, and I'm almost done it. So it's definitely worth it. It's certified bio-based product, USDA, 98% biodegradable. And it's the company is, I think, is run by veterans or something. So some of the money goes back to the vets. Yeah, disabled veteran-owned business. So no, that's good. It's not made in frickin' Korea or some shit. Anyways, to clean everything off, I kind of just cake everything in this. Smells like wintergreen mint or something. I don't know. It's a good smell. I think that little tub or cup of it, whatever, 1 ounce or 4 ounce, was $8. You can get a big tub of it for like $25, and that thing would last you forever, I bet. Not too worried, just get it over everything. Another good thing is lots of solvents, they'll turn your stock, if you have a synthetic stock, it'll stain the shit out of it. If you get it on there, I had that happen with my X-Bolt, it pissed me right off. It's like light blue on the synthetic black. One part of it's all messed up looking, but whatever. It's not a collector gun or anything, so who cares? Anyways, once you got it all covered in it, when you, in like tight fitting handguns and whatnot, you want to, the first application, you want to, I use Simple Green to get all the, I don't even think I have any Simple Green right now. I got a little bit left. But you just buy a big jug at Walmart or something and dilute it. Anyways, use that to get all the grease and shit off. And once that's done, you get like a blow dryer or a heat gun, and you just heat it up. You get a paintbrush and you paint this. You put it on and it turns to liquid instantly and soaks into the pores of the metal. And then you let it dry for like an hour or something. And then you come out and you just wipe the excess off. And then it's all good. It's all treated in there. I put a little bit like on the rails and stuff if it's like my 1911 or something, just because it's better to have more than not enough. And it runs mint. Super good stuff. Shit's all clean. Yeah, this thing, for the money, I would definitely pick one up. I don't think I'll ever replace it, I don't have to. Maybe if I got into clay shooting like intensely and wanted a semi-auto or something, but I don't know, I can shoot 5 out of the air at once with this thing. And hand throw them up, you know. It's good enough, fuck. It's good for target shooting too. I don't even remember how many target loads and slugs and buckshot I shot out of this thing. Killed probably 8 or 10 deer with it too. It's nice to have this because the one deer, that nice one over there, I was after him for a few years, and super stormy day, probably last half an hour of light, and I come around the corner in the slash, and he's standing like 10 feet from the brush, and before I could even raise the gun up, he was in midair jumping out, and put 2 into him right in the side of the head. And then I had my the stopper rings. You can only have 3 rounds in the gun, so I loaded the 3rd one, and he bombed off in the bush. Like, didn't even think I hit him. So I loaded 2 more in, chased into the bush, and then I'm looking around with my headlamp on after I unloaded the gun because you can't. It's not legal to freaking do otherwise. Anyway, so I'm looking around in the bush. Called my buddy to bring his dogs out to find the thing, and I'm looking over. It's like slough everywhere. I can't even see anything. It's like waist high, and then my buddy's on his way out with the gate key for the logging slash, because it would have been like a 4-kilometer drag out otherwise. And he meets me in there, and just as I hang up the phone and he's on his way, I stumble across it laying there, so I go to grab its antler to cut its neck to bleed the thing out, and it freaking jumps up. So I had to knife the damn thing, and I finally get it out to the logging road. It was on a bike trail, like some kind of little dirt bike trail or something. Anyways, I get it out to that. I'm dragging it down. It's pitch black out. I got my headlamp on, waiting for my buddy to come out. Probably 45 minutes to drag it up to the main logging road where he can get his truck in. And I stopped to take a breather, and shone my headlamp up. There's a fucking cougar 20 feet away from me, crouched down at a stump, fucking looking at me. So luckily I friggin' saw the thing, so I got my gun all unloaded and packed up on my pack, strapped onto it, one of my Badlands pack. It's in the gun holster on there, and so I slowly take it off when my light's on bright, and I put 3 slugs in. I'm just keeping eye contact with this cougar at all times. Anyways, sure enough, my buddy comes like minutes later, luckily, and his dog came out of the truck and scared the thing off. But I haven't been that close to a cougar. I'm lucky. If I had walked by him, he might have jumped on me or something. Who knows? Anyways, thought I'd share that. There's a lot of fouling in the barrel just because I've left it for so long, I think, so got the wire brush out. Doesn't fit very tight in there. It says it's 12 gauge, but fuck. Boar snakes work really good. I used to have one, but I think I gave it away or something. That's freaking good enough. Fuck. Give another swab out with that thing and covered in frog lube, and she'll be good. But yeah, definitely would recommend this gun. You don't have to break the bank or spend a bunch of money on a gun. A shotgun, sorry. Other guns maybe, but shotgun, it's a pretty simple thing. Pump action's the way to go. You don't need to worry about what loads you're using and if it's going to cycle it or all that. For hunting, at least. Fuck. Yeah. Forgot where I was going with that. Anyways. The Remington 870s are really nice too. But I think they're a bit more. I think they're like $600 or something. Who knows? Nothing too much in here. Then I'll just get some of this on my hand. Get it all in the parts in there. A couple grooves I couldn't really reach in here. not even that bad. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Fuck it. Put a bunch of frog lube in there so it doesn't rust or anything. I don't think it would rust anyways. It's like anodized or whatever you call it. Lube up everything. It's nice because I had this lube on one of my lever action guns. Sat in my safe for probably 4 years. Took it out and it was like I cleaned it that day. It was all nice, cycled perfect. Okay. Now just remember what's going on here. Alright, let's start with this. This thing's a pain in the ass, if I remember correctly. I don't think this is the same as a 1911 spring, well, when one end's wider than the other, so I don't think it matters what end goes on. You want to pay attention with 1911 though, because otherwise it will crush your spring. All sorts of bad shit will happen. What's going on here? And when you're testing to make sure your pins work, and don't put your finger on the end, it hurts a lot. Tried that once. Get her all lined up. Pump goes that way, this goes that way. I think you just want to line it up somehow. Maybe like that, maybe not. Fuck. I wasn't really paying attention when I took this apart. First you gotta walk it onto it. Oh, here we go. I'm not drunk, that's my freaking first beer, so I don't think I'm being stupid out here. I honestly cannot remember how I got that on. Won't sit flush. Oh. Almost. Oh, beauty. Alright, so you started off back about this far. I was doing it right on the outside. Make sure it's all moving nicely. It's all nice and spring-loaded goodness. Actually, maybe put some frog lube right there. Push it back, get this little sleeve. Oh, mint. Alright. Next, if I remember correctly, put this thing on. I don't remember if I have to cock it to put it back on or not. I'll try it without first. It does not feel right. Alright, what's going on here? Give me a sec. I haven't done this in about a year, so don't give me too hard of a time. I think you gotta cock it to... Let's see if that works. Watch your fingers when you're doing shit like this, because springs are under pressure, man. There we go. Alright. Get her all snug in there. It's recessed right there, so that's where your little lip's gonna go. One end's wider than the other, obviously. Should have done this off camera. Looking like a freaking idiot over here. There we go. You just gotta give her some pressure. Okay. Beauty. Anyways. Throw that back on. There you go. Doesn't fit in my gun safe with the barrel on, so I just leave it off. Never leave it with a spring cocked, it'll wear your spring out probably eventually. Throw your trigger lock on it. And there you go. Winchester SXP. Oh yeah, and it shoots, some of them shoot up to 3.5 inch shells. This one's 2 3/4 to 3 inch. Super X pump. Made in Turkey, this one. Anyways, thanks for watching.